Bored. Games, board games, it's what I'm all about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and then today I'm going to talk about my week. I am simply a dancing, singing freak. I am going to say that I am free to go to UK Games Expo, um, which has happened previously. Anyway, so, hello, and I am Bez, and this is my weekly vlog. I'm going to do a quick rundown through how everything is, and then I will stop. And so, I am Bez. This is my vlog. How has last week been? Last week is basically madcap UK Games Expo preparations. I've sent off the wee whimsical creatures, which I'm quite proud of. I don't know if have I got any near me? Oh yeah, here's some wee whimsical creatures. So I'm quite proud of these wee whimsical creatures. I've sent them all off. There'll be 80 of them in a deck of cards, and there's a game about making noises. I've reached out to all the press people that I knew on the list, although it was very difficult. This year, the press list that was sent out to exhibitors included a whole bunch of people who'd signed up for 2020, and then they just copied that over. I didn't manage to get electricity for my stand, which was a bit of a bummer, because I was really hoping to have that balloon machine, but it's just not happened this year. And this year, I think that on all sides, there has been a little bit of, it's not been quite as organized. I myself, I have not been, to a convention for a year and a half. It is a little bit stressful. And not only do I have to remember what I was doing a year and a half ago with taking the banners, taking this, taking that. Speaking of banners, Wednesday, Chris sent off some banners. They should have come, I think, like we sent them off on Thursday. It was meant to be a 48-hour turnaround. And so, I was expecting them to arrive on, to hear when they were coming by today. But, if they haven't arrived by tomorrow morning, then I just have to go to UK Games Expo. So Jason is coming over, and Jason Hodgson, composer, long-time demonstrator for me. Jason and I met at Dragon Meet, and then the subsequent year, Jason, via a mutual friend, started volunteering for me, and then Essen 2019, I started paying Jason a monthly wage in order to kind of say, hey, this is a monthly wage. I want you to just, we'll have an occasional chat about stuff, but I want you to be on top of everything for conventions and be the planner for the conventions and stuff. And then, yeah, COVID happened and there weren't any conventions. But anyway, I have been speaking back and forth with a bunch of peeps. It's even though 3 of them who replied back was like, yeah, we're not coming, because I wasn't even sure, are you coming? Because I don't imagine you're coming from abroad in order to see the show. And then they were like, yeah, we're not coming this year. And that's totally fair. A couple of people from the UK I've got in touch with. I've got some, things going. And hello, Alan. It's lovely, and thank you for getting in touch with me. And thank you for your lovely blog. It was lovely to see you. Your name in my inbox, I should say. And Alan, I feel like I can't link without finding links. But for those who don't know, I guess search for Van Uber on the Instagram and on the Board Game Geek for Alan's blog. And yeah, I really respect, the opinion and stuff. But and then talking about giving away copies, I was thinking about this for wee whimsical creatures, because for previous things, when the first year, I remember 2016 was my first ever year with In a Bind, and then I had the In a Bind and the In a Bind expansions, and I knew that the expansions were just going to be a one-time thing, but I wanted to spread In a Bind to everyone, and I just gave away so many free copies to all the exhibitors, like trading things, giving them, hey, you look like you want a copy, hey, you're trading near me, here's just a copy, hello. But this, like, okay, it was a cheap game, it was easy enough to do that, but more and more I've stopped doing that. I've become a little bit more judicious with that. And as I've gotten to know people, I feel like it definitely helped me, kind of. That was my first time. It was like, hello, I'm the new kid on the block. I'm here, and here's the thing. So hopefully you'll remember me, and hopefully you'll tell other people about this game. And that, I mean, Yogi, to be fair, it's gone on, and it's been the one game of mine that's actually been profitable. It's, yeah, like We Whimsical Creatures, I'm doing 50 copies, and if I say, okay, even 10% of that, that's 5 copies. Even if I say, okay, 5 copies for marketing, like, it's like, honestly, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make the money back this year, because there's just, I'm going to take a whole bunch of old original, some of my old ELL decks, so I'm still selling that for full price. I'm going to be taking some Kitty Cataclysm if people don't have it, selling that for full price, but I am really focusing on the Wee Whimsical Creatures and the copies that I've got. It's like, okay, doing the 2 p.m. events. And firstly, hello, Rob. It is lovely to see you. Rob, for those who don't know, is an excellent person. I've got a book to do. I've also got another thing for you, apparently. Yeah, I was going to give these to Rob, but anyway, Rob is a lovely person. Hello, Rob, and a designer, and we did have a lovely time with that. And oh my gosh, hello, Jess. It is lovely. Jess, based in Thailand, in Bangkok, where I am going to be traveling to in a year and a bit, and Stream Elements reminds me to stretch. Okay, everyone, remember to take some time to stretch. And Alan O'Connor says, there's so much positive energy around me at conventions. Thank you so much. And I think that's the thing. That's genuinely, I would like to ideally make my money back. That this year, like, all bets are off the table. This year, I'm not approaching UK Games Expo even 100% as a business thing. I am approaching it as a whimsy budget thing. So when was it? 2 years ago, 2019, before UK Games Expo, I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to cost me £300 to get this backing, what was like 200 something, but to get this wall, to put up all these cats, do I want to spend the money? Is this a good business decision? And then I realized, okay, I have to have a whimsy budget. If I'm running my own business, what's the blooming point in running your own business if you can't sometimes spend money on things that don't make 100% business sense? So that's why, there was a cat wall, and it's not going to be back this year. I do apologize for anyone who's read my description in UK Games Expo, but they didn't tell us when they were locking that down, so I didn't know that they were going to use that description. I was still in the process of editing it. I don't know what happened there, but according to the program, I have a cat gallery, but I do not. But maybe in 2024, like, maybe we could make it a thing to celebrate the 5th anniversary and the 10th anniversary of Kitty Cataclysm and make sure that it's in print. But to kind of latch on to this, definitely, it's very much all, I just want to facilitate fun. I want to have people coming over, but it's also negotiating that in a safe space. Like, I have masks, Jason's got masks, Jason's bought the hand sanitizer, Jason's bought all sorts of things. I'm not giving away any food this year. Normally, every year, I give away little chocolates and things at the 2 p.m. events. It's like, but this year it's not safe. I mean, even if it's pre-packaged, it still feels a little bit wrong. But, I've got food for ourselves, but I'm trying to focus on the games that don't require people to move things together. But you do what you can, but it's like, with the requirement for proof, I am really happy that UK Games Expo is requiring you to take the test, to show it. And Jason's going to help me, because I'm a little bit of a technophobe, I'm going to admit. Jason's going to help me with that tonight. Thank you very much for the kind words. Rob says, I'm not planning any pitching or direct business stuff at UK Games Expo this year. I'm just going to work on the playtest zone and catch up with people as much as I can. That sounds fantastic. And that's it. Like, we can't... To be fair, like, again, it is coming from a place of privilege. Like, I am earning much less than the median income in the UK, but I think that if you are able to, if you're not needing to get new stuff out there, then just try to enjoy it. Try to, because we've had this crazy year, 2020. I mean, what a, I'm trying not to swear, what a bleeping year that was. 2020, that was such a crazy year. And there's still all the COVID. And to load your Evil's guards, I agree, it is a good plan to just try to have a bit of fun as much as we can. And even if we're just like, okay, hello, how are you? How's things been? And sometimes I imagine that there will be busy moments. I'm imagining that the 1 p.m. till maybe 4 p.m. time will be busy. That's normally how it goes. I imagine I'll be quiet for a bit of the time. And I imagine, you know, if you want to come over to chat, then I would love to just chat. We don't have to, you know, obviously I am excited to demonstrate my games. I'm excited to demonstrate We Whimsical Creatures. I'm going to take a bit of paper to demonstrate Micromuckle, which is a flip and write for the ELL deck that I'm really proud of. And, you know, the whole thing about the ELL deck, it's like, even if you don't have, even if you've already got an ELL deck, in which case I'm not even selling you anything, then, you know, like, Rob's got one and Alan's got one, and can't remember if Jess has one. But, you know, if you've got one of them, then you can play all these new games. And I'm going, but it would be, and the other thing is 1st of August is Bezay. But first I want to say a quick hello to Designer Cardboard. It is lovely to see you. I'm just talking about UK Games Expo, and then I'll get into my weekly vlog. And J Fool's Guard, yeah, that makes 100% sense. I reached out to a whole bunch of people on the press list. As I was mentioning at the start, the press list this year was a shambles compared to 2019. But, and that sounds unkind, so I want to clarify that the press list this year did not have information designed to make it easy to reach out to people. So Alan did a great job with actually including the links. One other person actually included the links. Everyone else I had to Google, and I was like, yeah, I don't see some people who are freelancers, I don't even know how to contact this person. But yeah, this year is kind of not, it's like just trying to get back on our feet. Honestly, this year, so many people are just going to be, can we even make this work? And I mean, that's amazing. What a year to be at your first convention, 2021, on your first convention. Wait a minute. So you're not there on Friday, you're there Thursday, Saturday. Interesting. I guess Friday you're spending time with your Birmingham friends. That sounds fair. Or is it because you are worried about people only needing to sanitize themselves on... No, people need to check on, yeah, Thursday and Saturday, I believe. But yeah, anyway, what a year to be coming to your first convention when there's reduced people, there's all these new checks that you have to get the wristbands to say, I don't have COVID, to go through one entire hall for all the queuing. This is going to be a ridiculous year. And Alan says, historically, I've received lists of email addresses for exhibitors with a press pass. This year, I didn't get anything. And it's basically the same on my side. As a publisher, I got a bunch of names and a bunch of, this is what your channel was. And no emails, no direct links, except for the 2 people who put direct links where everyone else just put their channel name. And so... yeah, well done, Alan. At least you made it easy to contact you by the time they sent it, although they only sent it last Friday. But yeah, it's what's a year? And that makes sense. Are you having to travel? Yeah, I guess there's quite a bit of traveling back and forth. But yeah, okay, so UK Games Expo, I it's not going to be perfect. I've already said I missed the electricity thing. I would love to have time to cut more stickers, and in future, I am always going to pay the 10% extra to get a robot to cut my stickers. I was trying to be cheap, but for the past few months, I have had literally no space to cut the stickers because the house has been in a shambles, so it's not been good times. But I do have a few of the stickers. Hopefully, we'll cut maybe a few hundred to give away. I'll have the new wee whimsical creatures. I'll have hopefully the new ELL decks, categorical and couple. I'm really excited to show off one of them's the oh, maybe I can show you. There we go. There's some letters. So here are some letters for categorical. This is what it's going to look like. I've also uploaded some images to Board Game Geek, and a few of them are pending. I've literally been uploading them in the past few days. But categorical, I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work when playing, but that's the thing. I've got a cost for printing. I'm thinking 1,000 copies. I would love to do 2,000, but I just don't think I can justify it financially. I'm not. And also, I am planning to, as well as this, next year, because the soonest that I can get to printing is January, which is really aggravating, but that's just the way that life is. I would have these all ready to print, by the end of August, and genuinely, if life was normal, if life was literally back to normal right now, then these would be in everyone's hands by the end of September for sure, no doubt about it. And then couple Kickstarter by the end of the year and print. But instead, the printer there's no way to get stuff printed before January. That's just the way it is. And these are the suits, by the way, in case you're curious. So instead of the suits being on the edges, they're in the middle, because I thought that looked quite nice having them in the middle. And these are the 6 suits and the 6 numbers that go. This time I'm putting numbers behind the letters. But, if it's not going to print until January, that gives me a lot of time to play with it and demonstrate it. And, I'm going to try and, make that fog of love / fast forward style. Open the deck, you don't need to read the instructions, it teaches you how to play thing. I'm going to try and get that working as nicely as I can. I'm going to have time to blind test stuff because, yeah, this is how I should be working in theory. And couple, which I don't have any, let me actually go to Board Game Geek. Couple, I think there's a two. Couple is all nature themed. I contacted Miles Atkinson, and Miles is just such an amazing illustrator. They were just out of university, fresh student, and so this is what they've come up with. I just think this is fantastic. And normally I don't even need to check the licensing agreements because I uploaded all of these myself. But yeah, check out that bee with the little mushrooms. And this is going to be the 3rd typeface for the deck. So we've got the traditional, the categorical, graffiti inspired, and then the couple. And both of these are going to be available to look at. And you can't buy them. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to buy one, then I could sell one at the end of the show, but you wouldn't want to. There's no box. It's just a prototype. It's just the cards, and the back, things are still, in flux. And these are all the borders. These are the numbers that are going to go around. And, thank you very much. That's lovely of you to say, Jay Foolsguard. And so, yeah, that is Miles Atkinson, who is traditionally a pixel artist, but has done a tremendous job hand painting something to reflect the sort of, how should I put it, relaxed nature of couple. This, depending on how the box goes, might be the first game that I can persuade a bigger company to sub-license from me. So I'm then going to get a bigger percentage than a designer, a lesser percentage than if I did all the distribution, blah, blah, blah myself. But okay, side tangent. I recently discovered / realized / said that getting game making is 3 parts, and you need to do all 3 of them. First part is actually making the game. That involves design, development, doing the art, doing the rules writing, doing all of that. Now, the second part is getting the game, once it's been fully finished and all that creative stuff has been done, getting through all the logistics and the customer service and going through the distribution, getting it into shops, making it so that people can actually buy it. That printing, that's a massive task, genuinely. I mean, I would say it's, yeah, depends how you go, but making it so that people can buy it and managing those relationships with the distribution and everything, that is something I would be very happy to have someone else take over. That's part of the reason why Yogi's done so much better than In a Bind. That's why I'm thinking of partnering with company, you can probably guess, but I don't want to name them just in case, you know, things don't work out. But friends of the show, I've had them on multiple times before, and I really respect everything they do. If you ask me privately, I'll probably tell you. But yeah, I would love to have someone take over that distribution and everything. And then the third part is the marketing. So getting it so that people understand what this is. And then that, and making it so that people, I think that's also, these things are intertwined. Like, you know, when you're making a rules video, is that the second part, making it so that people can play it, or is it marketing? But there is, my point is, there is so much out with the just make the game part, and that has been my biggest realization. And each time that I think, okay, now I have understood it, no, once more I realize, okay, there, if you want, look, that's why We Whimsical Creatures, I'm printing literally 50 copies. I'm doing it because I want it to be out there. I'm not doing it genuinely to make money. If I do it as a Kickstarter, it'll be done at the price that I can afford to send it out. But if I can, yeah, like, I'm not money averse. Like, it's not like, but the point is, with 50 copies, you don't have to worry about getting it into the shops. You don't have to worry so much about the distribution. It's just, hey, this is a good game. Some people like it. They buy it. Boom. And I'm going to do more and more and more of these Bezay budget bags. While I'm talking, I'll show you some other... Have I got... Yeah, I've got some more Wee Whimsical Creatures here. These are the ones that are portraits orientation, as opposed to the other ones that were landscape. So, like, I'm feeling proud that I managed to do all this artwork within like a week, and within like a couple of weeks, I did 80 creatures, and I'm proud of that. Like, the cover isn't as good as it could be, frankly. Well, it's not here. It's on. Let me show you the cover. I'm not like, there we go. There's the cover. It's not like amazing. It's not. And honestly, that pencil mark shouldn't have been there. But, you know, that's the point. And the rules, like, so Jay Foolsguard asks, isn't it super expensive to make only 50 copies? So that's why it's called Bezay Budget Bags. So there is no box. Just to clarify, there is literally no box. It is literally just a bunch of cards in a bag. So I think, and this is where I do all the cost cutting. So there is no instruction sheet. You do, however, get instructions on the back of, I want to say, 2 cards. I can't remember right now. There's numbers which you need for the thing. Also, to play the game, you will need to either remember your own scores or write the scores on a bit of pencil and paper. Ideally, if it was like a proper production, then you'd have like 100 little tokens to give as chips. But this doesn't, it's literally in a resealable polyethylene bag. Let me you know what resealable baggies look like. I mean, hopefully I don't need to show you one of those. But yeah, so there is no box, and so this is as cheap as it can be. So that's why I can. So they cost me, I want to say about £3, and it for sure this is going to cost me more than it will cost me to make. Do I have? Oh, I've got a sealed copy here. So this is going to cost me less, and categorical in a box is going to cost me less than it will cost to print each of these in a bag. But why am I selling this for £12.50 and why am I selling this for £5? It's because I want it out there. I just want to, you know, that's the thing. I want people to be able to have fun with it and, you know, think, oh, what would these monsters, what kind of noise would they make? Like this one, I imagine. And then whereas this one, it's more like and yeah, look, if you want to print your own card game, the box costs 50% of the price of the game. If you're printing a card game, that's not an exaggeration. And that's why, yeah, this is going to be something that I do again. I've got other ideas. Like, where's my so these are something that Chris helped me make. It's a bunch of monsters with little party hats and eyes, and you need to say, okay, which one's more, the little smiley mouths or the tufts of hair? And it's just a quick counting game. There's also like some other ideas that I made, including Plus, that I was going to do a proper print production of ages ago. And but I'm quite inspired by cheap ass games. I'm inspired by that. I'm just wanting to be like, okay, let's get, I don't know, 3 Bezay budget bags out a year. If this one goes okay, I don't know how this is going to go. Is it going to sell out? Because in a normal UK Games Expo, yes, 100%, 50 copies is nothing, especially at £5. But if it, I'll see how it goes. And if it sells out, then I'll be more likely to do more. If it sells out, I am going to warn you that I might eventually, when I've got the energy and stuff, do future editions on Kickstarter, depending on demand. And, you know, if I do another edition on Kickstarter, I'll probably like swap out 20% of the monsters, like some number of them, to kind of say, okay, these are the monsters that people prefer less. I'll make some small tweaks, but it'll still be a Bezay budget bag. And hello, Joanne, it is lovely to see you. I'm just talking about, you know, my preparation. It's been a frantic week trying to get prepared for UK Games Expo. I'm still feeling underprepared, but let me do a wee shout out to Joanne, who is a lovely musician, lovely streamer, and such positive vibes. And I hope you are generally well. But yeah, for me, for sure, I would love to do some things where I am being rewarded financially. I want to have some things that I sell to companies and then they pay me money, but there's also some things that I just want to get out there after this one, like Plus, like I mentioned, which I'm really, really proud of. And there's already been a few folks saying, oh, I really want to buy that. That shouldn't be too hard. And then my poetry cards, that's the idea that I never actually made beyond the edition that I played with Chris and McCall over lockdown. But that's just a bunch of cards with rhyming words and topics. So it's kind of there to inspire your creativity, and it could be there to inspire poetry or indeed music if you're composing music. And yeah, I want to do more of these ideas in a somewhat punk rock way to say, hey, I just want to do this because it's fun to do things. It's fun to make things. And yes, oh, that's actually my favorite monster because it's just like that cheeky grin. I imagine that going, oh, and no worries, Joanne. Thank you for lurking. Actually, I'm really proud of this. I don't know if it's how obvious like it comes across. It's kind of a bit fractal with the hands and then the hands, the limbs in a hand formation. But yeah, I'm excited to get back to conventions, even though things have already gone wrong. I've not been able to do as much preparation as I'd like, and things will continue to go wrong, but things will also continue to go well. And that's the thing. Like, I'm going to try and focus on the things that go well. I'm excited to speak to, see Alan, who is in the chat. I'm excited to see Chris and, Rob and all sorts of people who are going to be there. I'm excited to run around on Thursday and see all the exhibitors. I'm excited for the, for the press preview. Even I'm excited to start getting back to conventions, because the last physical convention I was at, when was Aircon? March, whatever that was. It was like the 1st of March, 2020. This is the longest I've gone without being to a physical convention since my first one, which was 2011. Actually, I'm just going to have a very, very quick 1-minute tangent. First convention, 2011, UK Games Expo, was lovely. I was a volunteer. So much fun. Even when you are doing the boring stuff, like moving the chairs, it's like there's this sense of camaraderie and you're excited for all the things that are going to happen. And then you get to run around. And being a volunteer at UK Games Expo is such a wonderful experience. I would advocate it to everyone. Once I started coming down to London, then I was able to go to Dragon Meet quite easily. I went there, helped playtest UK, and once I actually had my own game in 2016, UK Games Expo 2016 was my first ever convention as a publisher. And I said, sorry, I'm not going to be able to volunteer because I'm a publisher. And they said, that's the best ever reason. Someone said they can't volunteer, but I'm still part of this semi-secret Facebook group that's only for volunteers past and present. And it's just such a lovely, vibrant community. And I've gone to convention after convention after convention. I just adore them. Going to Edinburgh and Glasgow and Norwich and Cannes, that was so good, although that was partially because Gigamic and that whole connection. Essen, that was such an amazing thing. The first time I went to Essen, and like, this is hundreds of thousands of people and running around. Now, I don't believe that. I'm certainly not going to go to Essen as an exhibitor, but this year, next year, maybe, we will see what happens. But I am just super bleeping excited, super hyper mega excited, and to go there. And oh, that is a quality pun. Rob, I'm going to give you 100 Harper Rob. I'm going to give you 123 points for that. So there we go. Congratulations on all your fake points. I said that I would do something with them on 1st of August. Actually, I need to talk about 1st of August. But I just want to properly acknowledge this and say it out loud. It's always worth going to the south of France if you can. That is such a good pun. Quickly, this is open to everyone in chat. Are you a fan of Gavin Birnbaum from Cubicle Games? Let me, firstly, this is the 2nd edition, but I do have a 1st edition next door. I am probably going to get rid of the 1st edition because the 1st edition only plays 4 players, whereas this plays 3 to 5. So if anyone wants the 1st edition of QE, then let me know. But Gavin Birnbaum, wonderful designer. Whenever I had the pleasure of playtesting with Gavin a lot when I moved to London, and Gavin is going to be there. Gavin is going to be just 2 things above me. I wish I had Matt. Where's the offline gamer? Let me share a message. If you don't know, Matt from the Offline Gamer always does a annotated map, and that is very useful. Hey, here we go. I am going to share the link now. Ooh, a 5th edition for up to 6 players. That sounds exciting. I would, yeah, if Gavin says that it works okay, then I would happily sell this and, spend £20 to upgrade to the next one. Because, actually, very, very quick review of this. I've already reviewed it. It's one of my top 10 games, literally. I think that QE is just fantastic. Gavin says that it's not as good at 3 and 5 compared to 4. I would agree with that, but I would say that it is marginally better at 4, and I think it's still a good enough game at 3 to 5 worth playing. That's the key thing. Is it good enough to be worth playing? Yes. And there is nothing like it. And so, yes, at 6, I could see that it would get more and more chaotic. There's less information going around, but I would love to be able to play it with 6 players. If I had 6 players, sharing it with 5 other players, and maybe you want a more chaotic game. But anyway, yeah, Gavin Birnbaum. I came to London, play tested with Gavin, and it was a lovely time. Gavin has such wonderful games for the most part. I have seen a couple of stinkers, but I've seen stinkers from everyone. And any designer who says that they don't have any games that are ever stinkers, at that point, are you even pushing yourself enough? Like, if you ever venture into a new type of thing, then, that's the thing. You've got to be willing to fail. But, like, all of Gavin's published games are brilliant. But, yeah, let me quickly show the map that I was talking about. And Rob says, if you want to offload your old edition of QE, I'd happily take it off your hands. I don't know how much I want. Offer me what you think is a fair price. I know that puts a lot of the workload onto the other person, but oh my gosh, and this is awesome. I'm very excited to read through the rules. I have been procrastinating the past week by occasionally looking at the rules. I think there's been so far 6 submissions. So for anyone who doesn't know, the LDEC competition, let me do !links. So if you go to my links, at the bottom there is the annual LDEC design typography contests on stuffbybez.com/design contest, stuffbybez.com/arts contest. They will redirect you to a Google form, and you need to be logged into Google. The full rules are: number 1 gets 100 quid of actual cash. Everyone in top 5 should be getting some games and some mentorship if you want to. Thank you for being here, Alan. Lots of love. And yep, I look forward to seeing you at the expo. But yeah, for those who don't know, there is an annual design contest finishing on 1st of August. And so if you feel inspired to make a game for it, let me know. Chuck it there. We will play everything. We've set aside the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th to hopefully play all the games. And also, Friday playtests are coming back, so it should, fingers crossed, be easier to judge than last year. So that's good. And so I'm super excited to read what you've got. Although I'm going to try and not distract myself. But I think, let me actually just confirm this. And I want to make sure that, yep, I'm not sure I can show this without showing confidential information, but I want to say that there are now 50 responses since I made this Google form, which is super exciting because even though, and I need to get off my arse and make a better website, have all of these things, have them rewritten, but that's what I'm going to spend time doing. Oh my gosh, it is, let's talk about 1st of August. 1st of August is, why can't I zoom in? Zoom in. So if you go into the annotated map, you'll see that there's Estevium, they've got a big stand. Here's some other people who've got a big stand. Stuff by Bez, which I've got a wee logo. I'm quite excited by that. some 2451, and I'm beside Cubicle. That's Gavin Birnbaum, 2455. And I am opposite Fantasy Flight. That's where I am going to be. And all the names are named after people who've sponsored things. And yeah, I don't know. I know Tabletop Crafter. I know Bedsit Games and Descent Games for sure. And Honey Badger Games, I know them. So I only know 4 people on my block. It'll be really interesting to. Oh, and the Roleplay Haven, I know them. Oh, and Radical 8 Games, that's Mark. Mark, Stockton Pit. And Tabletop Crafter, I'm trying to think. Is that the craft? No, that's not the Crafting Jones. That's a different. Crafting Jones is different. But yeah, Hopwood Games, Dranza Games, there's all these people who are going to be here. And yeah, there's Naylor Games, James Naylor, who's worth checking out because of Magnate. I would definitely check that out. Pelgrane Press. It's like just exciting looking at all these people, and apparently Tim Fowers is coming from America. I don't know what's up with that, and there's this big empty space, I guess. Anna Blackwell is going to have some space to expand into if she wants. Yeah, they're Board Game Hub and Redwell Games sharing a bit of space. There's definitely a few people who aren't here this year because of the way it is. There's also a bunch of people who it's like, oh, I'm excited to see them. And I like where I am. It's like the little indie peeps with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And with a wait. Shh. Okay, so that is Jason ringing me, but okay, that's Jason with a question about stuff that I'm printing for the yeah thing. I do apologize for that. Look, J Fool's Guard, you will be able to go next year. Fingers crossed. And next year, I really hope it will be even better. We will have all these people again. The people who are worth checking out will bring their stuff again. It's not like people just disappear. I mean, yeah, sometimes there are good games that last year, but those are the exceptions. And if you really want something, then reach out to those publishers. Let them know you appreciate it. Let them know you are curious about it. And then, but this is the return to, oh my gosh, I'm not even used to speaking. What's up with that? Oh my gosh, I'll have to remember to take some water when I go there. How's drinking going to work? I mean, normally I just have my bottle at the front of my stand and then I drink when I'm talking to people. But I guess I will have to go to the back of my stand and then, drink and then put my mask on. So, yeah, I've never done that before, kind of the drinking. Yeah, people will be there next year. It'll be an interesting one. It'll be one of those ones that is made memorable because of the unfortunate situations. Honestly, let's see, that's how I wanted it. Honestly, like, Aircon was such a good convention, and it was slightly sad about the whole, okay, there was no handshaking, there wasn't really any high fives going on. We developed a new way to greet people that I'm happy if people know me well enough for maybe a straw for drinking. No, that wouldn't work because then the straw only goes so far. I'm just going to go to the back and then, let's say this is my mask. Then lift it up. like that. But yeah, that's a good way to put it, Rob. It's going to be weird, but it's going to be a socially distanced party. I am happy. I am excited. Things are not going to be perfect, and that is bleeping okay. That is super okay. I mean, things do not have to be perfect. That's the key thing. It this year is just for me. Part of it is reminding people I exist. Part of it is showing off couple and categorical, and part of it is hey, we whimsical creatures. I hope you like it. And part of it, a massive part of it, the biggest part of it by far, is being there because I miss people. I mean, yes, I've gone to the pub recently. I've been there, I think, 3 times in the past year, by which I mean in the past 2 months. And I've been there 3 times. We've had game events, we've played games, we've played Roots in person, which was lovely. I played Grinto and all sorts. Speaking of which, I should probably, this has really gone off the rails, but I am going to now go to my regular, very, very quick. What games have I played? I played a Magician, which I got from Hachette's Games. That's a lovely game. I talked about it last week. I played a bit more of that with due to brain going with McCall. I played Ice Duo. I played both of these games. I played Ice Dice and Twin Win. Twin Win is a slightly strategic game with a bit of hidden objectives. You've got hidden objective. Either you've got to make a nest of one color, which is having the biggest one contain everything else, or you've got to make a tree of one color, which is the smallest stacked on top. Every turn, you're moving pieces around the board. You're trying to do your objective, stop the other person from doing their objective. Conversely, Ice Dice is just roll the dice. If you roll a color that you've already taken, you go bust and you don't get anything that turn. If you stop rolling, then you take everything you've taken. If you get free of one color over the course of the game, then you win. That's it. Ice Dice was all right. I would happily play it again. It felt Twin Win was more interesting. We ended up playing that 3 times. And yeah, it's just been lovely walking around with McCall, and that was nice. I have bought a lot of snacks. I'm going to talk to Jason how many snacks I actually need. I tried to be healthy. I did buy some chocolates. I did buy a little bit of chocolates and biscuits, but I did buy a lot of peanuts and oatcakes. Had the hair trim and like waxing, so I'm kind of feeling a bit like, I'm feeling better about the way I look, and I've got an idea of what I'm going to wear. One of the days I think I'm able to wear red and nothing else. One of the days I think maybe Saturday I will be wearing black, and on Sunday I will be wearing white. So and when I say I'll be wearing black and I'll be wearing white, there will also be red, just for clarity. But I like to color coordinate, so it's red and maybe one other thing. But yeah, that's it. And those have been the games that I played since the last week. I'm trying to actually remember now what I played A Fact and a Half. That was lovely. I played that with McCall and Scott Kelly last week. I've also done a bit of testing of with Chris, did a bit of blind testing of Unfinishable. I technically played, although I was trying to pretend like I didn't know how to play, and made so many changes to that rule sheet. I'm glad that, my gosh, I need to send that to Paul Mansfield so that Paul can potentially get veto power over that. I played a wee bit of Micro Muckle and Make a Word Search just to make sure that all works. And yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. Just also telling people about the ELL deck design contest, making sure that people know, and also preparing for 1st of August next, because 1st of August I try to do something special. And Rob says, met other game designers a couple of times over the last few weeks, including one who I've never met in person, and it was fantastic. That does sound lovely. And so meeting people, as we're starting to get to meet people, and it's not just always in this format, in this kind of square thing. It's sometimes going for a walk, sometimes sitting in the garden. And on my birthday, I'm lucky enough that we have a garden, and I'm going to have people over. And I met my neighbor from 2 doors down, and they love games as well. And they gave me a cake, which was fantastic. The cake was actually good, if I'm being honest. It wasn't fantastic. The cake was good, but there were red currants, and I haven't had red currants in ages, and that was fantastic. Lots of love, Rob. See you Thursday. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. But being there with all the people, that's the main reason anyway. So, that's it. Progress. I feel okay about stuff. I've made stuff. How am I? I'm excited. I'm feeling a bit slightly anxious, slightly worried, quite energized, a lot of adrenaline. What do I need to do? Oh, wow, I need to do so much. I need to get some nail polish remover because, this isn't, I don't have any nail polish remover, and I've been to 3 different shops and none of them had any, which was really weird because I was in 4 different shops, and all of these shops sell things like, shaving foam and nail polish and makeup, but they don't sell nail polish remover. What's up with that? Anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to get it done later today. If I need to I don't need to, but I want to cut up a bunch of these stickers. So yeah, there's a bunch of stickers. If I cut them, then we can give these ones out for free. The cat has trophies. Because some of the stickers I printed more copies of, so we could give them away for free. Some of the stickers you can only get by buying the pack. But I will save a bunch for next year and future things. And, I'll try and consider this the kind of practice run for 2022. I do definitely want to try and make some videos and explain to people how to play the things more nicely. I am looking forward to UK Games Expo. I'm looking forward to seeing Jason very soon. I'm looking forward to walking around and seeing everyone, seeing other people set up. It's going to be a really big occasion. ELL deck contests, this is the last time that I'm going to talk about it, but, well, until it actually happens. No, this is going to be the last time at 12-ish on... Look, basically what I'm saying is that it's closing on Sunday, so if you've not entered now, there's still plenty of time. I mean, it only takes 10 minutes to come up with a vague idea and submit it. Your vague idea might not win, but it's worth putting in. If you have a vague idea and you're like, oh, I don't have time to test this, I don't know if it'll be good, maybe you test it yourself. Do some solo testing if you have time. If it's really a game for like 10 people, or if it's hidden deduction or something that you can't even test with yourself, you know what, just throw it in and we'll give it a go. And if it's not good, then that's fine, but at least you've got a bit of feedback, you'll see it being played, you'll get some idea of how it went, and then it's a free play test as long as it uses the ELL deck cards. So there's 2 contests. One is for the making a game, one is for drawing letters, and I would encourage everyone to definitely join in the one for drawing letters also, because I don't think, I'm not looking for they don't have to be the most amazing thing ever. Hopefully you're keen on the categorical stuff that I've shown, and hopefully, I mean, don't get me wrong, this stuff from Miles, where where's the back button? There it is. Yeah, like this stuff from Miles, it's like just beautiful. But if you don't have that kind of artistry, genuinely, like try drawing, thin lines. Like it's 8 letters. You don't need to spend a lot of time on it. I honestly believe that if you've got a bit of energy, either of these competitions, the actual work of making the thing, do it in 10 minutes. You don't need to stress, don't need to be perfectionist. Just do what you can. Try, if you use makeup, try using your makeup on paper. See what it looks like. What would eyeliner on paper look like? I don't even know. What would it look like if you were just drawing really long lines? Try drawing things in triplicate. Try making the letters look round. Try making the letters look square. Try doing something that's a little bit different. And the typography contest is going to be judged on A, can I actually read these at all? But if any of these things could outweigh the other things, but then secondly, and this is like how aesthetically interesting is it? It's like, that's the thing. It's like, does it have a cool theme? Is it like, oh wow, someone's done letter shapes with photos, I didn't think of that. Or hey, someone's done just lots of just a scribble and they've scribbled this letter shape. That's interesting. And I'm really hoping that we get lots of different people showing off lots of different T's, lots of different H's, and you need to make the letters THELDCK. So the letters that spell out the L deck. And yeah, that's my competitions. So yeah, stuff. Does that work actually? Let me double check that. Stuffbybez.com/game contest. Does that redirect? Yeah. Oh, okay. So it can be game contest or it can be art contest. So either game contest or arts contest. That is everything I've got to say. I don't have anything more to say. Lots of love and thank you for listening. I hope that you are all well. I hope that if you are going to UK Games Expo, stay safe, stay sane, and I will see you there. Please check me out. I am going to be at 2451. There we go. Let me even zoom in more to that. Stuff by Bez 2451. Alternatively, if you're not going to UK Games Expo, I hope you manage to do something else that's fun. I am going to be back streaming in 3 hours at 4 p.m. I will be doing some playful shenanigans with Sarah from Big Girl Games. That might be a very quick stream. I was really considering scrapping it, but we will see what happens. It might just be a quick, very quick conversation. But then 8 p.m. I will be back, as I've done every single Tuesday no, actually, I skipped to around New Year. But I will be back at 8 p.m. UK time on tonight for some Balanceable, which is one of the LDEC games. Next week, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like because I will be coming back from UK Games Expo, so I might have to skip one or more of the things, but I will try and work out by tomorrow morning. So if you want to know when I am streaming, then always check out stuffbybez.com/streams. That is the place to check, and that will redirect you to my Google Calendar. And my Google Calendar tells you when I'm streaming. It also tells you when I am doing public things that I would like more people at. So, for example, UK Games Expo and Dragon Meet and a weird market in London that have been invited to in September. All of those are in the calendar. But, the calendar, is subject to change. Obviously, life happens, but that's it. If there's anything else that you want to share, over to you. What are you up to? You can share, but only if you want to, then please do. I mean, obviously, firstly, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you genuinely for all the support. Thank you for all the love. If there's anything you want to share, please let me know. What's going on? Like, how are you feeling about UK Games Expo? Do you think that, like, given that there are demanding tests before you go in, given that there are demanding tests a second time if you've been there for more than 2 days, I think it should be safe. I think I'm happy with how they're doing. What do you think of the whole situation? Let me know. That's UK Games Expo. I'm going to quickly look at the people. Oh, Idol Michael is streaming apparently. So that is unusual to have Idol Michael streaming at this time. I think I will send a raid over to Michael because I've not been able to raid Michael for quite a long time. So if you are joining me in checking out what's going on there, then please copy paste this message, and that is all that is left to say, except for my final words of bye 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye 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 bye. This is the end of the show. And bye 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye Joanne. Thank you for popping in. Bye bye Jay Guard. Lovely to see you virtually, and I hope to see you at UK Games Expo 2022. It's going to be brilliant. UK Games Expo 2022. Right on. Lots of love to everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. Yeah. Oh, bye designer cardboard. See you at some points in the not too distant future. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye everyone. See you soon.